and broadcasters Badisha and Thomas Copeland. Hello again to you both. All right, we're going to finally get with you guys to the story that's been dominating all this sleaze in Westminster and the MP accused of watching pornography. We'll start off with the front page of the Eye, Thomas. I think you've picked out this story here. Now, this is kind of separate to what we're hearing about Mr. Parish. This is about someone who's bullied by Liam Byrne, now saying that people who work in Parliament may actually be too scared to come forward because the processes aren't robust enough. Tell us about it.
Well, the Eye's reporting one of the major elements of the sort of misogyny and sleaze allegations that are going around Westminster at the moment are being reported a lot in the media. And whatever systems are in place clearly do not seem to be working, and that's becoming, abundantly clear over the number of allegations that have been appearing in the media over the last couple of weeks. I know Sunday Times reporting that up to 56 MPs are being investigated for allegations of sexual harassment. The Eye are talking to a whistleblower, somebody from inside Parliament, who are saying that the scandal inside the House of Commons is actually so much wider than is even being reported in the media. They say that's because victims are too afraid to speak. Whatever systems are in place to try to mitigate against this, ones of complaints and grievances, clearly are not working. And part of the confusion there actually there isn't one clear system for that to operate. There are parliamentary standards inquiries, and then there's also a new system set up in 2015 about complaints and grievances. But whatever way is happening inside Parliament, and part of it is the culture, and part of it is also the nature of this kind of decentralised power relationship, where quite often you'll have MPs for whom they will have councillors or even family members working for them, and then the MP is the boss rather than Parliament. The evidence, though, is fairly clear here, and that is that we've been here before. I've been on Sky talking about stories about misogyny and sexual harassment numerous times over the last couple of years. Me Too, then Pestminster before that, individual instances over those years, and yet here we are once again. So whatever systems are in place are clearly not working, and that should be a mark of shame for Parliament. Will Parliament in general and MPs learn and try to institute a system that will prevent this going forward? I hope so, but I wouldn't have high hopes.
No, and Badisha, just come in on that, because part of what was said by this man who was bullied by Liam Byrne is that the systems in place are set up to protect MPs. So those who find themselves victim of this just have no recourse to get anything done.
Yeah, and operating in Parliament is exactly the same as operating within a large company in the banking or the law sector. The individual is always smaller than the wider system. And so whatever happens when you've been perpetrated against, whether you've been sexually molested or you're being bullied by a superior, you can expect to be frustrated, to be not believed. You can expect your boss, who after all has the power, to get together with their cronies. You can expect a justice system which is all about frustrating your desire and need to gain justice. You can expect the people above you to do everything but get justice for you. These are police matters. Things like the very serious issues that we're talking about, harassment, molestation, violation, are actually illegal. And things like bullying, intimidation, are also against any ethical code that any company or organisation has. And yet, exactly as Thomas said, these behaviours are extremely common and they happen within hierarchies. So I'm extremely distressed to follow all of the reports, but I'm not surprised. And it's never less than shocking every single time. What's all the more shocking is that the very people who are writing the laws about bullying and perpetration and violation are the ones who are breaking the law. So it also points to an extreme level of hypocrisy.
Yeah, it's just so sad that we're not surprised by any of this right now, isn't it? And now, Badisha, let's pick up on one of your stories. This is on the inside page of the Eye on Saturday, page 31. This is fascinating. This is about people being intrinsically more contagious, not in terms of their personality, but just in terms of the fact that they might be spreading COVID more. Tell us more.
Exactly. I like your laugh there, because I felt the same way. No judgment here at all, but finally the University of Illinois is doing a kind of post 2 years investigation into why it is that some people seem to be more contagious than others. Now, beforehand, it was all about talking about risky behaviours. So who are those people who are going to nightclubs? Who are those people who are going to sporting events? In actual fact, due to testing a wide range of people from 18 up into their 70s who all tested positive, what the researchers found was that some of these positive people continued to infect others for 2 to 3 days, while others continued to affect the people around them for 9 to 10 days. And they were exhibiting the same behavior. So what it showed is that, unfortunately, some people are super spreaders. They are giving off a viral load. They're infecting other people more than other positive testing people. On the other hand, you've got people, in fact, like me, who I was very careful. I have not had COVID.
Oh.
I haven't caught it from anyone. I haven't given it to anyone. And what researchers are finding is that it's something within people's intrinsic genetic code. So it's not about whether you are practicing COVID hygiene or not, or you're clean or dirty, or your behavior sloppy or not sloppy. There is some kind of intrinsic biological mechanism happening here, and researchers are beginning to look into why that might be.
It's fascinating. Quickly, Thomas, I saw you were sort of rolling eyes, raising eyebrows, and pouting on that. Just tell us your thoughts on it, if you can, quickly.
No, I'd be keen to see if there was a test for it, because obviously that would move us further forward. There must be clearly, if it's within your genetic code, is that a test that accessible for us? But it obviously, it sort of detracts from this general idea about everybody staying safe.
Okay.
Whether it's terribly helpful in
Thomas,
terms of...
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Well, yes, anyway.
I really apologise. Next hour. All right, plenty more to come here on Sky News Breakfast.